Well, all right, we're going. I got to make sure I can hear myself. That's most important, and then we can get going. We have a celebrity guest with us.
Well, who's that? Is Ryan
You,
Reynolds here?
someone named Ryan is certainly here.
Oh, damn. I don't know any Ryans, I don't think.
All right. Give me a sound check real quick.
Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're going. We're live. Dave is back. If I
All
didn't
right.
already have a title for the episode, that would be the title of the episode. But I
I am
already
here.
do have a title for the episode.
I
And
am
that,
here, and for one time only. And by that I
yeah,
mean I'm not here next week, which is like well, I guess I'll be here for the
second
aftermath of
second
the
to last
season.
show is next week.
Yeah,
Last
so I'll
show
be
will
here
be
for the
the
last
week
show.
after.
Yeah, I'll be here for the
Beautiful.
last show.
Beautiful. I think I'm gonna do the pick the podiums a little differently, but that's a next week's problem. I will explain it to everyone then. Um, but yes, it is just the two of us. Everyone was originally supposed to be here, and then one by one they dropped like flies, and now it's just me and Dave. So, this is the Vegas review and the Qatar preview. This is week 22. Max Verstappen 69's in Vegas, and it's our first double episode since Monaco. So buckle up. So let's just get to it. The Vegas review. Did you guys hear that McLaren got a double disqualification? Did you hear about that? Did you see F1's 18 different articles about it that they've posted in the past 7 days? They posted another one today. I saw it. They won't stop talking about it. It's like everything you need to know about the McLaren double disqualification. Why
Let's
did
talk
they
about the
get
McLaren
double
double
disqualified?
disqualification. I've heard that 4 millimeters is actually really big.
It was 0.12 and 0.26.
I've heard that's actually really big.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing as well. Um, although it shouldn't be. I don't know why. Anyways, yes, that's the big news out of Vegas. Welcome in, Nate. Perfect timing.
Literally, I cannot make that up. Cannot make that up. Couldn't script that better. Good
No.
lord.
Yeah,
So
shout out
yes,
to the F1 scriptwriter. Did you get on that one?
they're working overtime.
Gosh.
All right, and before we get more into the double disqualification, the finishing order was Verstappen, Russell, Antonelli. That's your podium. Leclerc, Sainz, Hadjar, Hulkenberg, Hamilton, Ocon, Behrman. That's your points, and then Alonso, Sonoda, Gasly, Lawson, Colapinto. Stroll, Bortoleto, and Albon didn't finish, and then obviously Norris and Piastri got disqualified after the race was over. Good day, Max Verstappen, Kimi Antonelli, and Mickey Mouse. Bad day, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, McLaren, Liam Lawson, and Alex Albon. So it all started with rain. It rained in Vegas Thursday and Friday. It's unheard of rain. It was flooding in the area. Um, but Lando Norris took advantage of it and got a very well deserved pole position. He put in a crazy rainy qualifying lap in Vegas. He was like zero point 0.5 seconds ahead of everybody else. Granted, no one else behind him could complete their lap because of a yellow flag, but regardless, I mean, I don't know if anyone was catching him. But on lap one, he took the gamble and he tries to cut off Verstappen. But in Vegas, the house always wins, and Vegas is Max Verstappen's house this year. In the words of David Coulthard, he tried to play Max at his own game. The only thing is he doesn't know the rules of the game. So what happens is at the start, Max is in second, Lando's in first. Lando cuts all the way over to get right in front of Max to cover him off and misjudges his braking point because he's too focused on Max behind. And he just completely misses the turn, allows Verstappen through, and eventually has him out of position enough to let Russell through. He then spent a good portion of the race behind Russell, but eventually he got to overtake. There was some strategy in play. They wanted to maybe keep the tires fresher for a go at Verstappen late in the race while staying behind Russell, but eventually the team was like, you know what, just go for it, go get him. And so he overtakes Russell, and then GP gets on Max's radio. And he's like, Norris has been told to come get you, and then Max proceeds to put in fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap. So no one was catching him. And then Norris and Russell both end up getting issues of their own. Russell has a steering issue. Norris I think it was a suspected brake issue. Now, it could also be related to the plank wear, but for me, in my opinion, how do you know that your plank is going to be too worn down, like while you're racing? To me, that just doesn't make as much sense of something they would know. So I think they were maybe trying to mitigate another issue, maybe also with the plank wear. They could like maybe have a feel for it, but um, that's the story of like the top three without the disqualifications was those three. Russell gets a steering issue, but he manages to keep it between Norris and Antonelli. Nate, anything you'd like to say about your team?
No, I have nothing. I literally have nothing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Dave, did you watch this one? It was late.
I saw the highlights. I listened to people, the commentating about it. It seemed like the qualifying was like super sick. Like people were
Yeah.
sliding everywhere. But then the race was kind of nothing for the most part. Besides the bumper cars at the beginning, which I'm sure we'll get to.
hmm
And then of course the McLaren disqualification kind of just like made the race actually like worth it. Of like,
Yeah.
okay, now we're actually set up for some important races coming up for the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got there. Definitely was some mid-race drama, but most, as it's been, usually is the drama happens at the first and the final laps. Um, but we'll get to the bowling later. I promise. But first, uh, Piastri, the other McLaren, was stuck behind Antonelli. So Antonelli has a crazy race. He starts in 17th, um, because he qualified horribly. And then he goes and he gets all the way up to fourth and just holds off Piastri and Leclerc for the entire race. He pits on lap 3 after a VSC, which we'll talk about the reason for that in a bit. But he then has hard tires for the rest of the race, and and his tires were still fresh by the end. He could have done more. I think if he didn't qualify 17th, he wins this race. And if Russell doesn't have a steering issue, they win that. He wins the race. The Mercedes was crazy in Vegas. But yes, the race, it was a late night race, 11 p.m. Eastern. And so everyone in the group chat who watched it live went to bed afterwards. And all of us then woke up and were like, what the hell happened? We're all seeing the notifications on our phones. Um, so Piastri stuck behind Russell, and there's really nothing or Antonelli, I'm sorry, there's really nothing he can do. He had even with Antonelli's 5-second penalty, didn't change anything because Antonelli like edged that out at the end. So Piastri stuck behind Antonelli, and then behind Piastri is Leclerc, who's also stuck. Neither of them could get past the person in front of them, and Antonelli was a big part of that because Antonelli would Piastri had DRS on Antonelli, which helped him defend with Leclerc, who had DRS on Piastri. Obviously, Antonelli doesn't have the DRS, but it didn't matter because the car was just so crazy. I really do think Antonelli probably could have won if he didn't qualify 17th, and that's assuming he gets past Verstappen. And obviously that's never a given. Ultimately, Norris and Piastri's efforts ended up in vain. They both get disqualified for excessive plank wear. Norris's plank was 0.12 millimeters too thin, and Piastri's a whopping 0.26 millimeters too thin. And the team, they said it was for unforeseen excessive porpoising that they couldn't account for in the rainy practice and qualifying sessions. And that was their official reason, and they haven't spoken about it since, causing a lot of rumors, but we'll get to those later. Ultimately, disaster weekend for McLaren. Sorry, Nate. A mix of satisfaction and disappointment for Russell. Amazing damage limitation by Antonelli. Classic Ferrari disappointment for both drivers. And a clean dominant win from Verstappen. Rounds out the front runners. Before we go on to the rest, anything anyone would like to say about the front runners?
Since I've been gone, there's been a lot of change. Norris is in the lead now. Max Verstappen has a good chance of actually getting more drivers' championship. But there's one thing that stay consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton still has not gotten a podium.
It's true. He,
And-
in post-race interviews, called it his worst year ever. And everyone's like, yeah, probably.
So I made that bold prediction way back that Hamilton's not getting a podium, and
When did you make that prediction?
And that's the only prediction that I've gotten right in my entire life for F1. So that's that. And also, very interesting that McLaren says that they unforeseen porpoising and all that. Yet they were the only ones to have this issue. Very interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about the plank wear. We'll get more to it in the preview. I just figured that was a better place to talk about like the future of the potential issue, if it even is an issue. They were sparking a lot though. They were bottoming out a lot. Oscar Piastri bottom out in Vegas. What? Max Verstappen 69. Oscar Piastri bottomed out. Mickey Mouse was there. What was going on? Anyways, so they said it was for unforeseen porpoising, and they, like I said, they have not spoken about it since. Not the team, not the drivers, no one. So that is your front runner, Nate. Anything you'd like to add before we move on to everybody else?
Didn't Ferrari have a similar issue earlier in the year?
Yeah.
Ferrari had a plank wear issue in China, yes.
Yeah. So.
And I'll talk about the
mean,
implications of that later.
Okay.
I also
I
Nate, do
mentioned
you
it to
think,
you earlier on Xbox, if you remember.
Nate, do you think it's a good thing that that in the actual race before the disqualification that Lando didn't win? Because it stings a little bit less now that he got disqualified. Do you think you would have cried harder if Lando won the race and they got disqualified?
I didn't cry. I went to sleep and I woke up and was just that was the first thing Nat told me when I
Nate's
upon waking.
Sunday got off to a rough start.
Mr. President, the second driver has been disqualified.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it came in like just late enough. Everyone was already asleep by the time the news came in. We all woke up to 3 different notifications on our phone. I think it was 3 or 4 from F1. It was like the announcement and then like 3 different articles about it. I was like, I get it. They got disqualified.
I mean, F1 has got to be so hyped about it because, like, again, the race itself was like okay, not much
Not
happening really.
F1. Liberty Media, who owns F1, they're excited about it. F1 doesn't care. Liberty Media was like, "Oh baby,
We have
Storyline.
a race to the end now. Like this is some spicy stuff.
Well, I mean, it can all be put away in Qatar very
Yeah.
easily. So we will get to that. But before we move on to Qatar, we gotta talk about everyone else. Let's talk about bowling, shall we? On lap 1, turn 1, Lawson makes contact with Piastri, but doesn't get a penalty since Lawson fared far worse, and it was mostly a racing incident. This goes back to the stewards judging on outcome rather than intent, but even then, this is a racing incident in my mind. But behind him, Bortoleto sent it way too deep. He takes out himself and Stroll, and like I think a couple other people kind of get hit in the beginning as well, but nothing crazy. Bortoleto ends up just like not finishing the race and netting a 5-place grid penalty for Qatar due to that. Albon later in the lap clips his wing trying to overtake Hamilton and eventually retires the car after crashing in qualifying. He's going to be hoping what happens in Vegas really does stay there. Tsunoda starts from the pit lane, gets up to P12. Race from him. Hamilton starts P19 and gets into the points. Could have done more, but the medium tires were not working for the Ferrari or really anybody. Both Aston's out of the points, and both Haas's in the points puts Haas above Aston by 1. Sainz qualifying in 3rd and ending in 5th keeps Williams moving ahead despite Albon's scoreless performance again. Hadjar and Gasly. Props to Gasly. Made it to Q3, but only Hadjar could keep it in the points. Lawson picked up damage after turn 1 and was stuck in the back ahead of only Colapinto, who, after having a strange beef in the media with Stroll, proved Stroll right. Alonso finished just outside the points. Hulk ends in 7th, with both of them have decent races despite Hulk's objectively better final performance. And they had to do what they could after the teammates went on lap 1. One final thing, I want to talk about the race before we open it up. Race control, in my opinion, really messed up after the turn 1 incidents, left debris on the track. They had marshals on the turn 1 runoff zone while cars were racing full speed down the main straight. Extremely dangerous. If there was another accident and someone went into that runoff, like people very well could have died, which is crazy. It's just unacceptable. It's another time a marshal was on track during racing conditions, previously happening in Mexico. Um, it's which 2 times is too many for the pinnacle of motorsport, and they have all these safety initiatives, but they're stupid. Race control is like been horrible this year, in my opinion. Um, and it was just, yeah, I mean, the image of the marshals running away from the track while cars are coming from them at full speed, it literally looks like, because they're all in orange, a bunch of rebels from Star Wars being chased down by a TIE fighter. That's exactly what it looks like. So that's the bowling. Like Dave kind of mentioned earlier, the middle of the race was kind of just like some pit stop strategy stuff, some changing positions, but all the drama happened at the start and then after the race.
Yeah. I mostly just want to talk about Bortoleto. He's been having a tough couple of races.
Yeah,
Like the rookies this year have been so up and down, like all of them. And
I agree.
Bortoleto was finally looking good, and then Brazil, his home race, he crashes out. Now he crashes out again. He's just been kind of trying to do too much, I think.
Hmm.
Um, and he's kind of lucky that the World Drivers' Championship is becoming a bit tighter because now people are less focused on what he's doing and more focused on the actual front runners.
Right. Yeah, he's had two. I mean, Brazil was a disaster. This was a disaster. It's not been good for him lately.
And Max, do you think there's any performance Yuki could put in these these these
to
final
save
races
to
to
save
save
his
his
seat.
career?
He'd have to win. I mean, he'd have to win. And they don't want him to win. They want Max to win. So he'd have to get second. He'd have to win and let Max pass and get second. It's like
He'd be
really,
30 seconds ahead and then just stop at the finish line and wait.
yeah. I mean, it would really have to be. I don't think he's in the seat. I don't think he's in the sport next year. He's been looking at Indy. There's been some rumors about him going to Indy. Um, you've missed it, but if that happens, there will be a weekly segment called "What's Yuki Up to," and we'll cover what Yuki's up to in life, on a weekly basis, whether that's racing or opening his restaurant in London. We'll
Is anyone else's seat up for debate? Because I know Colapinto
uh
got signed.
Lawson and Hajar and Yuki are the only three.
Oh well, I mean they're
It's the Red Bull
keeping
Circus.
Hajar, so it's
Hajar's
mostly
going to
Lawson.
Red Bull. Lawson's staying, and Arvid Lindblad is coming up. That's my
Okay, yeah.
prediction. That's my prediction. And that seems to be the general consensus.
Which is kind of crazy because at the beginning of the year we're like, oh, Lawson is like the
He
worst
brought it back.
driver
He brought it
on the
back.
whole. He did it. It was. I don't think anyone expected it after the first like 8 weeks, 8 races. Like everyone's like, okay, he's the worst driver on the grid. I don't know how he ever made it up to Red Bull.
Red Bull under Horner was rough. And I think going to VCarb took a lot of pressure off. It took him some time to get like back up to speed, but I think that really helped.
Yeah, he's been some good performances, and he's helped Hadjar along too. Like they've done some good team strategies in a couple of these races.
Yeah, and they seem to be genuinely like good friends and like teammates and stuff. They seem not to hate each other, which is important. Um,
And Lawson's good for the sport because he causes some unnecessary drama. That helps spice it up a little bit.
exactly. You can always count on Lawson. If he's in 18th, there's going to be some tussling. Although not this time. This time he was just in the back and there's nothing he could do. So that's Vegas. Finally, one final thought. Mickey Mouse was there dancing on the podium, reminding everyone that while Apple may have the broadcasting rights, Disney is lurking right around the corner, waiting to take their piece of the pie. I don't know if you saw Mickey Mouse dancing on the podium at a fireworks show he did, but it was really weird. I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, apparently it
Uh,
wasn't even live either. It was like pre-recorded.
yeah. I saw like
Uh,
the video of it, so it was just bizarre. Like,
yeah,
what's he
people were
doing
saying
there?
that it was so that they could get the actual like podium because they did it like on the track, right?
Yeah,
So they needed to like kill some time to get all
to
that
set
set up.
up. And like, what a better way than Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse entertaining the fans for a good
The
5 minutes.
since they're getting rid of DRS next year, the rear wings, instead of opening and closing, are gonna have Mickey Mouse ears.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hope they fly away.
Yeah. Me too. I hope it causes a major accident. Oh man! All right, and the certified Ferrari moment. You knew it was coming. McLaren doing their best Ferrari impression with a double disqualification after a solid race. Honorable mention to race control in the FIA. So that's Vegas. Here are the standings after Vegas. The World Drivers' Championship, it's Norris is 390. Piastri and Verstappen are tied at 366. That's 24 points behind. Russell has secured fourth place with 294. Leclerc secured fifth, no matter what, with 226. Hamilton 152. Antonelli behind him with 137. Antonelli could pass Hamilton. It's going to take a miracle, but he could do it. Albon's got 73, Hadjar 51, Hulk 49, Sainz 48, Behrman 41, Alonso 40, Lawson 36, Ocon and Stroll tied at 32, Tsunoda with 28, Gasly 22, Bortoleto 19, and Colapinto with, say it for me, Dave,
A new contract.
a new contract. Yes, a new contract and 0 points.
That's all the points he needs. He just needs a new contract.
And 0 points. The constructor standings, McLaren is clinched with 756. Mercedes is 431. Red Bull 391, further getting ahead of Ferrari, who has 378. Williams is pretty much secured in fifth with 121. Racing Bulls has 90. Haas passes Aston. They've got 73 for Aston 72. Sauber's getting close, though. They got 68. And Alpine has all 22 of Pierre Gasly's points.
Here for the Frenchman.
Yes. The only good thing about that team right now. I don't know. Did you see Colapinto and Stroll's beef? Colapinto was like saying shit about Stroll, and Stroll was like, he should focus on getting points.
I didn't
Alpha
see it,
wolf mentality from Stroll.
And then, I mean, they both did not have a good race.
No,
Stroll had a terrible race, although some of it was not his
it's
fault.
not. It isn't really his fault. And then Colapinto went and got 0 points.
I mean, but like he's in a Gasly hasn't even scored points in an actual race in I don't know how long.
It's been a minute.
His last 2 points, I think, are both from sprints.
Yeah.
And so, like, since Colapinto has joined the team, I think Gasly's probably scored like 6 points.
Gasly got a point in Austin, right? Or Brazil?
I know he got a sprint point. I don't know if last time he got a race.
He got the final point in he got 10th in Brazil.
Oh, sweet. I did not know that. Okay. Well, still, like the amount of points that Gasly has scored since Colapinto's been on the team has been very minimal.
Yes. Yeah.
The car is just so ungodly bad.
Yeah, it is.
But next year we're gonna have a plank that just doesn't exist. It's gonna be so thin it doesn't exist, and we got some bribe money.
It has to be. The plank is to protect the floor of the car.
No. We don't need the floor of the car. We're going Flintstone style, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're running to the end.
All right. Well, any final thoughts on Vegas from the two of you?
I hope the next 2 races both have a bunch of rain and that we're sliding around.
Is in Qatar and Dubai.
Everything that happened in the McLaren garage in Vegas can stay in Vegas.
Fair. Same with Alex Albon.
Nate, would you rather Max Verstappen have a miraculous comeback to win the World Drivers' Championship or Piastri win?
Piastri.
Okay. Didn't know if the entertainment value of Max winning would propel him further.
No.
No, you don't. Okay.
You want to ask me that question?
Okay, Max. Would you rather? Well, actually, how about this, Max? Would you rather Max wins World Driver Championship or that Yuki gets to keep his job?
Ooh.
Damn.
I think F1 has been cruel to Yuki. And that's a good question. That's tough because I love Yuki. but I think I want Max to win more.
Well, think about the entertainment value of how Yuki would even keep his job in these last 2 races.
That is true. He'd have to win. That would
It
be awesome.
crazy. It would be wild.
That or Red Bull under new leadership's like, we want a little bit of stability going into the new ranks. And then like Yuki still doesn't score, so.
Or they're just like, Yuki's kind of cute. We can keep him.
He is. I mean, kinda.
He won't. He's not gonna complain that we're not putting any resources into him. We can continue to put all resources in Max Verstappen.
Yeah. So. No, I think I would actually rather have Max win. Just the drama. And just the smug feeling I would get.
It is also kind of crazy that Max Verstappen has almost more points than all Ferrari. Currently, Max Verstappen by himself would almost be fourth in as a team,
Mm-hmm.
and Alpine, the team as a driver, would be 18th.
Yes, that is correct. Your math checks out. All right, let's get on to Qatar. It is the 6th and final sprint weekend of the year. Before we get into it, there's breaking news today. Adrian Newey is going to be Aston Martin's team principal in 2026. Newey heard all the rumors that Aston Martin's going to get Horner to be team principal, and he said, nope, I'm going to do something about that. So it's an interesting thing. No one really, so like all the reactions I saw to it were kind of people going like, really? And like, why? The last time an engineer or someone in like a technical position became a team principal, it was Mattia Binotto at Ferrari. We all see how that turned out. He gave us a lot of really good memes, but not a lot of great performances. But then again, Mattia didn't have what it took to handle the Ferrari politics. I don't know how much of that's going on in Aston Martin. And I think for Newey, it's obviously an upgrade. He wanted more control of the team. He has a stake in the team, so they made him team principal. So we'll see how that works out. But that doesn't take effect until 2026 anyway. And how that affect the development of the car during the season, I'm not sure. He's not going to be there. I'm sure he's still designing the initial car, and he'll have say in upgrades, but he's not going to be able to devote all of his time to it.
Do you think Adrian Newey's happy that Lance Stroll is a driver on his team?
I think Adrian Newey is happy about the fat paycheck he got.
He looked at Lance Stroll's like, oh, that's a lot of money.
He's kind of
Right
like
there.
Gabe Newell, where he's just like, I just want to buy another boat. That's all he cares about. He just wants to buy another boat. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Aston will have Fernando and Stroll, and then Fernando has said if the car is somewhat competitive, it will be his last year. He said he's done if the car is competitive. Because he'll feel like he'll give it one last good shot.
And
then
then
they'll have to.
If it's not competitive, he's gonna just keep on.
That was the implication.
I don't know. I guess if it's not competitive, he can kind of just phone it in for the season and chill out.
There's a lot of like people want to see Aston be good and Leclerc go to Aston. That's the name I'm seeing the most to replace Fernando. And I'm like, I don't think Leclerc is ever leaving Ferrari.
He should.
He should, but he won't. He won't.
To be clear, he should leave Ferrari as soon as possible.
But he won't.
Right now.
Like, you just imagine they have one car. I guess Behrman would get the call.
Yeah, you know what? They should switch spots. We'll see what happens.
Let's see what Leclerc can do in the Haas.
Is Adrian Lewis calling it? No, the Haas. Yeah.
He'll still finish ahead of Lewis.
No, Lewis will still not get a podium, no matter who his teammate is.
I'm starting to agree. Oh man! All right, so Qatar practice is Friday at 8:30 a.m. Sprint qualifying is Friday at 12:30 p.m. The sprint is at Saturday at 9, and then qualifying is Saturday at 1, and the race is Sunday at 11. Every single sprint weekend is the same, in which nothing happens at the same time. At least in the normal weekends, it's like practice 2 and qualifying and the race are all at the same time. And for whatever reason, in the sprint weekend, they're like, fuck it, just make it all out of control.
I'm excited for Gasly to score one more point.
I think he's got 2 in them.
He got 2? Oh, maybe.
Honestly, I'm predicting
10th place.
I think he's going to get second place. I think it's going to be Verstappen, Gasly, Bortoleto.
Don't ruin my predictions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil. Once again, the FIA is mandating that drivers and teams cannot use a set of tires for more than 25 laps under racing conditions. Due to excessive tire wear because of the heat and the track's surfaces. This is for safety, to prevent tires from exploding or deteriorating and causing a crash. The sprint is 19 laps long, so no pit stops needed, but the race is 57, so it's a mandatory two-stopper. This means that the drivers are probably going to be putting in multiple qualifying laps back-to-back, which has not gone well during in the past, leading to extreme exhaustion and nausea. In 2023, the tires could only be used for 20 laps, and that meant it was a mandatory three-stopper. And that really was just 57 qualifying laps back to back to back to back. Ocon in that year threw up twice in his own helmet, once on lap 15 of 57, and just dealt with it. But he managed to finish 7th. Sargent retired from the race due to heat stroke. Albon and Stroll after the race were immediately sent to the medical center. So it did not go well. They solved it in 2024. I don't actually think they had the mandatory thing in 2024, but this year they have mandatory pit stops again, so we'll see how that goes for everybody. Last time there was a mandatory two-stopper this year in Monaco, Mercedes straight up forgot about it, so hopefully they won't be doing that again.
That seems like more a Ferrari thing, so.
But Mercedes did. So
that's true.
In other news, like I mentioned earlier, Bortoleto has a 5-place grid drop due to his collision on lap 1 in Vegas. And finally, the big speculation, I've been alluding to it, is what is going to happen with McLaren and their plank. Since Brazil, there are multiple teams were found to have employed a heating device, an illegal heating device that can expand and contract the plank on command. FI investigated, they caught almost all teams using this device and put a stop to it. It should be noted McLaren was not one of the named teams that they caught. But when they said almost all teams, they didn't name almost all teams. So it's just a little weird. But so that's after Brazil. The next race, McLaren gets disqualified for excessive plank wear. The team claims it's for excessive and unforeseen porpoising, which they couldn't catch in the rain, like I mentioned. There's no reason not to believe that that is the case. Like, that's what they said. There's no reason to believe that they're lying. However, this is hello? Can you guys hear me? Sorry, my headphones like pop. They're old and dying. However, this wouldn't be F1 if there wasn't some chance of drama. There's a slight chance that if plank wear is a concern and issue, the team is going to have to either raise the ride height or lead co more, which is lift and coast, which is the exact issue that's caused Ferrari's drop off in pace since China. For McLaren fans, the double disqualification was a coincidence. For rational thinkers, it was too. For the drama hounds, Verstappen fans, and McLaren haters, the World Drivers' Championship just opened up. We won't know for sure until Qatar and Abu Dhabi are all said and done, but it does certainly add excitement. For Qatar, our front runners remain Verstappen, the McLarens, the Mercedes. Ferrari could also get up in the front, but it's going to be tough for them. Vegas was suited for Mercedes. I don't think there's a reason they can't fight for a podium here, but all eyes are going to be on Verstappen and Norris. Not even Piastri. It's going to be on Verstappen and Norris. All Norris needs to do is outscore Verstappen and, by extent, Piastri by 2 points, and he secures the drivers. If he's ahead by 2 points at the end of the race, not the sprint, the race, it's done. But the way the season is going, though, I have a feeling it's going to be decided in Dubai. So for the podium, pick your favorite, cross your fingers.
I can't even imagine Piastri like getting up there. He's been so
I know
shaky these past few races. It's been really weird to see because everyone was like, "Oh, he's like so consistent and like straight up, like he just keeps on scoring points, and he looks like it doesn't affect him at all." And Norris is over here like tearing up or showing emotion, and now Piastri's so shook. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been quite the change. Behind the front runners, the midfield battles are going to be super interesting to watch, especially with Haas and Aston only a point away from each other, and Sauber only 4 points back from them. And the standings and the drivers are constantly going to be changing between now and the end. Haas is still in the charge, but so are the Racing Bulls. But I think Haas is going to be more concerned with staying ahead of Aston instead of catching V-Carb. Sainz is driving really well for Williams right now and basically securing 5th for the team, but he's going to want to keep climbing. And Ferrari's going to need some really solid finishes to catch Red Bull in the constructors, and Red Bull needs Tsunoda to get it together to stay ahead. Colapinto was on the search for points still, and Sauber is looking to take advantage of that struggling Aston to move up in the constructors. Lots to race for, lots to look for in these final 2 races, not just at the top, but throughout the field. And we're only going to know who wins what when the dust clears on December 7th. That is your Qatar preview. Nothing much to say. It's a racetrack. It's actually a motorcycle, a MotoGP track repurposed for Formula One. A lot of people don't really like it. I'm like neutral on it. It's whatever. But the mandatory pit stops make things interesting, and it's gonna be one. I mean, it's gonna be one hell of a race. I think no matter what happens, it's gonna be one hell of a race.
Do you think when they said almost all teams were caught using the device, the one team that wasn't was Alpine?
Allegedly, the one team that wasn't was McLaren.
Well,
Allegedly.
well, because like Fabio Briatore would never cheat. First of all,
I think he was cheating, but like they investigated the car. He was like, "Oh shit!" And they're like, "Just the illegal plankwear device, like whatever." And he's like, "Oh, thank God."
He's like, "I thought you were going to check my car for drugs. Don't worry,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
plenty
yeah.
in there."
I mean, look, if Alpine is cheating, it's not working.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no
Damn.
reason to cheat. There's not even, like, there's no chance for them to get ahead of any of the other teams. Like, if they were using it, they probably got rid of. Like, there's no reason for them to use it.
You just got to see if Gasly has a clause in his contract that he has to, if he doesn't win a race during the season, he can leave the team, because that's what was in Fernando's contract when Crashgate happened.
Oh God.
Which is so funny, because that's the reason they did it, is so they could keep Fernando on the team. And then the next race, Fernando won on merit.
Yeah.
They didn't even need to do that.
Who knows what they're doing?
So, yeah. So if Alpine's cheating, they're not doing it well, and it's not helping.
Damn it, Briatore. Get your act together.
So maybe Red Bull will activate Gasly's sleeper cell training, and he'll wipe out the McLarens or something. I don't know.
No fucking way. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't believe that Gasly would do that to his buddy Verstappen either, Nate.
All right, let's pick the podium. Nate, you're still in first, so it is your. Well, I know who you're putting in first. So
You gonna
you
try
can go.
to soul read me again?
No, Dave, you did miss it. I soul read Nate on his predictions last week. I got all 3 of them right.
I mean, you can just look at his picks, I think. Although I guess the real question is, it's gonna be. I guess he got Verstappen out for reasons, for private reasons.
All right.
I gotta go with my heart, you know.
Yeah, your heart says Norris. Your heart beats for Norris. Without Norris competing, I don't know if your heart would be beating.
Who's your second place?
My second place.
Who's second in your heart behind Lando?
Yeah. Bortoletto, someone inconsequential.
No, I think
I'm not liking my chances of finishing top 5 in Nate's heart rankings, because if the top 3 are drivers, I think at 4 or 5 is at least going to be Nat. That leaves one position open, and he's closer to Andrew than he is to me. So
It's definitely not me. All I do is make fun of him for loving Lando Norris.
yeah, no, Dave.
That's become like our entire dynamic, Dave. Nothing else. Just that.
Just my Lando hate.
It's gonna be crazy when Nate switches up to Aston next year. Then you're gonna have to hate on Fernando.
I can hit on Stroll as much as you want.
That's true.
So whenever Stroll posts their straps, I'm just gonna send them to Dave now.
Oh God.
He's gonna get a bunch of random text, Dave.
A bunch of random tests of a glass eater, just post shirtless.
That was window liquor.
Window liquor, yeah. Well, I'm upgrading into glass eater. He's shattered the glass, now he's eating it.
Good God. He's like, have you seen Bring Her Back?
I have not.
Okay, well, a kid eats a knife blade first.
Yeah,
it's really disturbing. It's really disturbing.
I guess he's sure doing that and not affecting him at all.
Apparently, the director of that movie actually chewed on a knife to get the sound effect.
Oh. Did he or did Stroll?
The director of the movie, not Stroll. Stroll wasn't involved in the production, as far as I'm
Okay.
aware.
Okay. The Stroll was not the director of that.
If
movie.
any driver would be, it would be Piastri because the guys are Australian.
Oh damn. Yeah. I don't think Piastri would eat a knife.
No, probably not. Anyway, Nate, who's your second place?
Stroll. Hamilton up there.
I think I might go Russell again.
Okay. Third.
Dude, I want to say Verstappen, but then I know for whatever reason, the time I pick Verstappen, then somehow Leclerc is going to end up in there and just push somebody out of order, and it's going to piss me off. Just because it's going to be kind of cool on the cooler side of things, I feel like, right? Like,
I don't think so. They're mandating tires, so I think that means it's going to be hot.
Hope it rains.
I don't know what
I hope
happens if
it-
it rains. I think they get rid of the tire thing if it rains.
I hope it rains and we get a Stroldium.
Me too, man. I hope it rains in the desert.
I want to see Lance Stroll eat the trophy.
Lucille. Oh, so it's in Doha, Qatar.
Give me Lando, give me Verstappen, and then give me Leclerc.
It's gonna be 0% of chance of precipitation, high of 82 on Saturday and 81 on Sunday.
Yeah, give me Lando, Verstappen, and Leclerc in that order.
All right.
I
Well,
think Piastri's too shaken to make a reappearance on the podium. Like,
I agree with you on that.
like, I'd like to. I'll let you get through your podiums first, actually.
Well, I'm going to say I'm very similar to you, but I'm just swapping around Verstappen and Norris. I'm going Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc. Sam has Verstappen, Leclerc, and Landon, which I assume is Norris.
Yeah, I love Landon. He's
And
my
then
favorite driver.
Andrew has Norris, Verstappen, Piastri. Andrew's the only Piastri believer in the chat
So far.
so far. Dave, take it away. You know what? Type it in yourself.
Okay. Let me think real hard. Gonna do one of those.
Okay, Bortoletto in third.
3. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this one in here. See that? A little that.
Tsunoda in second. Okay. And in first, Piastri!
Piastri. It's the shook drivers.
It is the shook drivers. Funnily enough, if Piastri wins and Tsunoda and Bortoletto aren't on the podium, you'll have 99 points. You will be one away.
He's there. We go. That makes more
Hamilton
sense.
instead of UP. So Dave ends with Piastri, Hamilton, Bortoletto. He's really hoping that Hamilton gets on that podium. Put him at 100 points.
It will fuck up my year-long prediction, but
you've never no, you've predicted Hamilton. You have.
Yeah, I mean, with all the different ways I pick, he's got to be up there for something.
Yeah, I think we've actually, because of you, we have predicted every single driver at least once.
Yeah, I think I predicted Duan, so
you did predict both Duan and Colapinto.
I only picked Hamilton once, and that was for who was hydrated. I think I only picked him against I picked him again in Monza.
I think the only one who's gone away from the top 4 teams, Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull, and Ferrari, is Nate. Actually, Nate, you had Albon. You had Albon third in Monza,
and in Belgium, which is
and in Belgium, yeah.
It's crazy.
And I managed to pick the wrong freaking Williams to hit a podium this year.
I know, but at
I mean,
least it
Albon
was
looking
also the
good for
wrong
a
week.
while. Sainz was looking rough for a while. Now he's looking great, and Albon is crashing out.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think it is just. Yeah, it's just you. Oh, you had Sainz third in China.
Williams
Me?
believer.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Williams believer.
Tell me I picked
I
Sainz and it
Oh,
wasn't one of
I
those
had
times that
Tsunoda. I had Tsunoda second in Japan. But
Well, he's still in the Big Four, technically.
he's in Red Bull. He was in Red Bull at the time, so
Yeah, he just moved to Red Bull that week.
yeah. That was a pick from the heart.
Yeah, I like how he counts as not being the Big Four because he's in 17th place right now. Yeah, I mean I've picked everyone, so
You actually, I think you have genuinely picked every single person.
I have.
Have you picked Norris?
Yes, in
Okay.
Austin. I picked Norris and Piastri.
Oh, right. I remember.
Why did I do that?
Because of McLaren's CEO voting habits.
Oh, true. I picked Ocon also as a hater.
Yes. So, all right. Well, that is F101 week 22. Max Verstappen 69's in Las Vegas. While I have you guys here, one thing I think I'm gonna do for the predict the podium in Abu Dhabi, I'm gonna have you guys text me your predictions, and I'm not gonna fill them in until Abu Dhabi's over. So we're not gonna know who wins until the race is over.
Damn, I wonder if I'm gonna win.
Well, we're not. Well, I mean, it's close. I'm 11 behind Nate. I mean, really,
yeah.
a freak week could change anything. So, but I think that's how I'm gonna handle Abu Dhabi. Dave, you I think are well out of. I think you were out of contention in Austin.
I was out of contention a very long time ago. If I get a perfect weekend, can you just make me higher than Andrew?
Yes. If you get a perfect weekend, if you are the only person to get a perfect weekend this year, I will get you a prize.
Yeah,
I know. Has no one gotten a perfect weekend this year?
Nope.
Hasn't happened yet, which is crazy because for so long, Norris and Piastri were just winning.
I know everyone was picking the wrong McLarens week in and out. The only perfect weekends are hold on, I have it.
Is it like Andrew and Sam?
You have one as well. You have one, Andrew's got two, Sam has one.
Yeah, Sam got one a week for Japan.
Oh wow.
Of last year.
Yeah. I have all of I have advanced stats here.
There's two in the first 4 weeks of last year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You got one week too.
As a group, we've predicted first place correct 23.6% of the time between this year and last year.
Does that include me?
That does include you.
I'm really bringing that down.
You're included in the stats.
Oh God.
You want to know your stats for the year?
Really good.
0 first, 1 second, and 0 thirds.
Wait, for me?
Yeah, you got second place right once.
Wait, no, I've gotten more thirds than that though, I think.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, I've got a lot of wrong
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
I was gonna say I go through it pretty thoroughly. I'm definitely prone to mistakes. Do you want to take a guess, Dave, at who's been predicted the most? Well, if you're watching the stream, look away. Who's been predicted the most for first, second, and third?
I think first predicted the most is. Oh man, is it Norris or Verstappen?
Who do you think it's going to be? It's one of them.
I think it's Norris.
Wrong. It's Verstappen by 2, 68 to 66. 34 of those 66 is from Nate.
Nate is big Norris every single week, pretty much.
Every single week this year.
Yeah, that's right.
I haven't predicted Verstappen the most in first place. That would be Sam and Andrew with 20 each. I've got 19.
Oh, wow. Well,
Nate
at
has
least I-
7. Dave, you have 2. All right, second place. Nate, you're also welcome to answer. Who do you think's been predicted the most for second place?
For second place?
Yeah.
For second place, I think Lando.
Yeah,
Dave?
I was gonna say Lando too. Yeah.
Wrong. Verstappen again.
Ah,
47 Verstappen, 43 Lando.
You know what it is? Is that
Nate,
everyone wants
you're
to.
bringing up the Verstappen average. You've predicted him second more than anyone else, 14 times.
What's happening is that
just
Norris and
number of
Piastri are
people.
third partying each other. Where you want to pick a McLaren, you pick one of them, but there's only one Red Bull you pick.
Yeah, it's true. Except for Andrew, who I believe picked Perez last year. We all had Perez last year. Never mind, not just Andrew. All of us had Perez in there.
I almost had Perez this year.
Well, I don't think I let you.
Stupid rule.
All right, how about for third? How about for third place? There is a clear winner for third place.
Russell.
Leclerc.
It is Leclerc. 42 times. Russell 24, Piastri and Norris 26 each. Verstappen 25.
I mean, Nate does
No longer
Nate,
golden for
Nate
Leclerc,
declared
it's
most times,
Consuelo.
right? Nate loves Leclerc P3.
Nate has picked Leclerc P3 18 times. Second most is Andrew with 9. The only other double-digit P3 predictions are I have Norris 11 times and Andrew has Verstappen 11 times. That's it. Third place has been proven to be very tricky to predict.
Do you have the stats on who I picked most?
Yes. In first place, you've predicted Hamilton and Lawson and Gasly 3 times each. In second place, you've predicted Leclerc 3 times. Actually, you predicted Gasly 4 times. And then in third place, it would be Behrman 3 times.
So it's mostly just Gasly up in there.
Total predictions, I don't have like how many times you've predicted any driver to be on the podium. I just go by
I mean, with the first and seconds both having Gasly in it, I'm almost certain it's Gasly.
4. You've got Gasly second. You've predicted him 4 times, and you've predicted Gasly first place 3 times. So yeah, but you've also predicted Alonso, or yeah, you predicted Alonso first place 3 times as well. So Hamilton, Gasly, and Alonso.
I think I picked probably who did I pick least? It's probably Ocon. I never pick Ocon. I remember putting Ocon in there partially because I know I'm never going to pick him again. I think I only picked him once.
Yes, you've predicted him in third place once. You've predicted Colapinto once, Lawson, Bortoletto, Albon, Gasly. This is third place. Antonelli, Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, and Leclerc 1 apiece.
So most of the field, and I was right. I've been right once for second place.
Yes, you have a 4.5% rate.
Oh, and I also have minus 3 style points. I forgot about that.
Well, you're in charge of the style points, so I haven't been keeping track of the style points.
Oh, wait, yeah.
So that's all you.
Nate has plus 3 style points. That's crazy.
From what?
He said
Oscars.
Stop shots for McLaren and Monza.
So there's only 4 style points awarded?
Yeah.
And 3 of them are to Nate, and 1 of them's to Andrew.
And then I had minus 3.
Oh, yeah.
I started it and it did not work.
Wait, what did you get? Minus 3 style? Oh, I see. Kimmy doesn't finish the race. Minus 3 style points. I do see it up there.
Because he got P3. Yeah. Yeah,
all right. So,
all my predictions have been horribly wrong, except for everyone gets hot and sweaty in Austria.
True.
And then, of course, I said Hamilton's not going to podium. I don't know how many style points it gets me, but a fucking lot, I'll tell you that.
I would say you get 1 style point for every race he does on podium, so that would be 24 at the end of the year.
Let's go. I'm styling like hell.
But if he does podium, I think you lose however many points he gains that week.
Okay, fair enough.
So 24 points at stake, but you could lose potentially 50.
if you guys are still gonna stay on, then I'll be back. If not, have a great night.
We're
Happy
probably gonna
Thanksgiving.
wrap up then. Take
Yeah.
that as the cue.
Word.
Have a happy Thanksgiving as well. If you're watching this, in the comments, let me know what you thought of Max Verstappen 69ing in
Matt also
Vegas.
said Happy Thanksgiving.
Tell her I
If
said
you're-
the same.
If you're watching this, it's too late.
If you're watching this, it's too late. You heard it here first. Good night, everybody.